Imagine this. You've worked your whole life to build wealth. You own a home, maybe a couple of businesses, and you've saved up millions of dollars. But here's the scary question. What happens when you're gone? Will your children and grandchildren protect that wealth? Or will it disappear within a generation? Studies show that 70% of wealthy families lose their wealth by the second generation and 90% lose it by the third. Shocking, right? But there's a quiet solution that the ultra-wealthy have been using for decades, and today you're going to learn exactly what it is. It's called a family office. By the end of this video, you'll know what it is, how it works, and whether you can use the same strategies to protect your own money and build generational wealth. Number 1. What is a family office? A family office is like having a private financial headquarters, but just for your family. Instead of you juggling investments, taxes, real estate, and legal documents, a family office puts all of that under one roof. Think of it like this. If a business can have a CEO, a CFO, and an entire support team, then why shouldn't a wealthy family have the same? A family office can be as small as 2 or 3 professionals, or as large as 100 people managing billions of dollars. Example: the Rockefeller family has one of the most famous family offices in history. They set it up over a century ago, and that's one reason their wealth has lasted generation after generation. Number 2. Why do families need one? Money. Sounds simple until you actually have it. Imagine you own 3 homes, a business, investments in stocks and real estate, and you're trying to lower your taxes every year. You'd need accountants, lawyers, investment advisors, and maybe even someone to manage household staff. Without coordination, everyone works in silos. Mistakes happen. Money leaks out. A family office solves this by pulling all those experts together to work as a team. Think of it like having a coach and a playbook. Instead of guessing, everything is streamlined. That's how wealth is preserved. Number 3. The 2 main types of family offices. There are 2 basic types. First, a single family office built for just one family. This is what billionaires use. Second, a multi-family office where several wealthy families share resources. That second option is becoming more popular for people with, say, $20 million or more, because you get the benefits of professional management without carrying the full cost yourself. For example, if you have $30 million and your neighbor has $40 million, you could both tap into the same multi-family office for investment management, tax planning, and estate planning. Number 4. The services they provide. Here's where things get interesting. A family office can cover nearly every part of your financial life. That includes investment management, tax strategy, estate planning, philanthropy, risk management, and even lifestyle services. Yes, that means hiring staff, managing travel, or helping kids learn about money. For instance, if your son wants to start a business, the family office could help him with a business plan, financing, and legal structures. If your daughter is heading off to college, they might set up a trust fund for her expenses. It's not just about money. It's about managing life in a way that protects the family legacy. Number 5. The power of tax strategies. Taxes are usually the single biggest expense for wealthy families. A good family office makes sure taxes don't eat up your wealth. They use trusts, foundations, charitable donations, and legal structures to lower taxes. Example: a family might set up a charitable foundation. They donate money into it, get tax deductions, and then use that foundation to support causes they care about. The kids get involved, they learn about giving, and meanwhile the family reduces its tax bill. This is how the rich avoid paying more than they need to, legally. Number 6. Teaching the next generation. Money doesn't just disappear because of bad investments. Most of the time, it's because the next generation doesn't know how to handle it. A family office often runs education programs for kids and grandkids. They might teach teenagers how to invest or bring in experts to explain how trusts work. Some even run family meetings where everyone sits down to talk about the family's values and long-term vision. Imagine being 16 and already learning how to read financial statements instead of just playing video games. That's how wealth survives. Number 7. Privacy and security. When you're wealthy, you attract attention. Some good, some bad. Family offices help protect privacy. They set up legal structures so your name doesn't show up on every property you buy. They make sure investments are secure. They even manage cybersecurity so hackers can't get into your accounts. Example: one wealthy family had all their vacation home staff go through background checks arranged by the family office. It sounds extreme, but when your wealth is a target, safety matters. Number 8. Philanthropy and legacy. Generational wealth isn't just about keeping money. It's about meaning. Family offices often set up charitable foundations, donor-advised funds, or even scholarships. This does two things. It helps the world, and it bonds the family around a shared mission. Example: the Walton family, founders of Walmart, have foundations that fund education and community projects. It's not just about protecting money. It's about creating a legacy that lasts beyond dollars. Number 9. How much money do you need for a family office? This is the question most beginners are dying to know. You're probably thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but is this only for billionaires? Here's the answer. A single family office usually makes sense when you have $100 million or more. But multifamily offices, they often start working with families at the $20 million level. That might sound unreachable for most people, but here's the twist. The strategies they use, like trusts, foundations, coordinated investing, are available even at smaller scales if you know where to look. Number 10. Can regular people use these ideas? Yes, absolutely. Even if you don't have millions, you can learn from how family offices operate. For example, instead of a team of experts under one roof, you can build your own virtual family office, hire a financial advisor, a CPA, and an estate lawyer, and make sure they communicate with each other. You can set up a will, maybe a trust, and even think about charitable giving. You might not afford a Rockefeller-level office, but you can copy the system at your level. And here's the key. The earlier you start, the stronger the foundation you build. Number 11. What happens if you don't plan? This is where the horror stories come in. Families who skip planning often see their wealth disappear. A business is sold off too quickly. Taxes eat half the inheritance. Kids argue and split apart. There's even a saying, shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations, meaning one generation builds the wealth, the second enjoys it, and the third loses it all. Without a system, it's almost guaranteed. That's why family offices exist in the first place. Number 12. The emotional side of money. We often think of money as numbers on a page, but family offices know it's also about emotions. Wealth can create jealousy, conflict, or entitlement. A smart family office helps the family talk openly about money. They set up rules. For example, they might create a family constitution that says, we value education, we value giving back, and we don't use family money to fund reckless habits. That clarity prevents fights later. Number 13. Building generational wealth without a family office. So, what if you're just starting out and you don't have millions yet? You can still take steps today. Start by writing down your financial goals. Build an emergency fund. Invest consistently in index funds or real estate. Set up life insurance to protect your family. Create a will, even if you think you don't need one. And if you have kids, start teaching them about money now. Generational wealth starts with habits, not just millions. Number 14. Coordinating business ownership. Many wealthy families don't just have investments. They own businesses. A family office helps structure ownership so it's clear who runs what and who gets what. For example, a father might want his oldest child to manage the family company, while the younger children receive shares but don't run daily operations. Without structure, this could turn into a legal battle. With a family office, everything is set in writing to avoid conflicts. Number 15. Succession planning. Passing wealth isn't just about handing over assets. It's about passing leadership. A family office works on succession plans so the next generation is prepared to take control when the time comes. Think of it like a relay race. You don't want to drop the baton. Families that plan ahead ensure the next leader knows the vision, responsibilities, and values before stepping in. Number 16. Real estate management. Real estate often makes up a huge part of family wealth. A family office manages buying, selling, leasing, and even renovating properties. They might oversee vacation homes, rental buildings, and commercial real estate. For example, if the family owns 10 rental properties, the office could handle tenant issues, maintenance, and taxes. That way, family members aren't overwhelmed by the details. Number 17. Risk management and insurance. Wealthy families face unique risks. Lawsuits, accidents, or even natural disasters can wipe out wealth. A family office makes sure insurance is in place to protect against those risks. This could include umbrella insurance, life insurance, or business liability coverage. Example: one family with a private plane had their office arrange aviation insurance to cover every possible risk. Number 18. Investment access. A big advantage of family offices is access to exclusive investments. Instead of just buying stocks like everyone else, they can invest in private equity, hedge funds, or venture capital. For example, a family office might invest in a startup before it goes public. If that startup becomes the next big tech company, the family sees huge gains that ordinary investors couldn't access. Number 19. Lifestyle and concierge services. Believe it or not, family offices often go beyond money. They can handle day-to-day lifestyle needs. That might mean booking private travel, hiring staff, or even arranging healthcare. Example: one office organized a family's medical care across 3 countries, ensuring they always had top doctors on call. It sounds glamorous, but it's really about convenience and peace of mind. Number 20. Conflict resolution. Money can create fights within families. A family office often acts as a neutral party to help resolve disputes. They might bring in mediators, set up rules for decision-making, or create voting systems for major financial choices. This prevents money from tearing families apart. Example: if 2 siblings disagree about whether to sell a family business, the family office might arrange a structured buyout that satisfies both sides. Number 21. Global wealth management. Many wealthy families have assets spread around the world. A family office helps manage international real estate, businesses, and investments while making sure taxes and laws are followed in each country. Example: if a family owns a villa in Italy, an apartment in New York, and a business in Singapore, the family office coordinates all of it seamlessly. Number 22. Preparing for emergencies. A family office creates emergency plans for unexpected situations. That could mean sudden illness, political instability, or even kidnapping risks in certain countries. They prepare backup strategies so the family is never caught off guard. Example: some offices even have evacuation plans for families traveling in risky regions. Number 23. Family governance structures. Beyond finances, family offices often create formal governance systems that might include a family council, a constitution, or annual retreats. This gives every generation a voice while keeping decisions structured. Example: a family council might meet twice a year to vote on big issues like selling a property or funding a new business venture. Number 24. Wealth reporting and transparency. It's easy to lose track of assets when wealth grows. A family office provides clear reports that show exactly what the family owns, what income is coming in, and what expenses go out. This transparency prevents confusion and builds trust across generations. For example, quarterly reports might show that the family spent $2 million on philanthropy and earned $5 million from investments. Number 25. Preserving family values. At its core, a family office isn't just about money. It's about values. Many offices document family history, traditions, and guiding principles so future generations remember where the wealth came from. Example: one family office created a book of stories written by grandparents, explaining how they built their fortune and the principles they lived by. That emotional inheritance is as valuable as the money itself. Here's the truth. Family offices might sound like a secret club for the ultra-wealthy, but what they really represent is a mindset. It's about treating your family's wealth like a business, managing it carefully, protecting it from risks, and passing it on with purpose. Whether you have $50,000 or $50 million, the principle is the same. So, now I'll leave you with this question. If you had the chance to create a system that protects your family's money for the next 100 years, what would you want that system to look like?